Hey guys, it's Phil coming back at you with another video. Today, I'm back. I'm excited. Hopefully everyone's doing well, practicing self-care. And if you're like, Phil, it's a doubleheader this week, it absolutely is because the schedule is off. And yeah, I wanted to still stay true to my word and do everything that I promised to do. And this video is going to be an announcement for the free study group this Saturday. And we'll get into a little bit more information about that. But as I was saying in my last video, making sure that you're staying consistent and doing what you say that you want to do, but also being okay, giving yourself the grace, hitting the reset button if you need to, but staying locked and loaded to get the job done. So like I said, hopefully everyone's doing well, practicing self-care, building themselves up, becoming the best possible version of themselves to walk in the exam, subsequently kick it directly in the chest, get the job done. And if you're like, Phil, I want to rep and rock with you, but I'm not really sure how, the easiest way to be able to do that is going to be the Sunday study groups. Why? Because they're every single week, and it's easier to be able to collaborate with as many people as we possibly can. So if you're interested in those, the next Sunday study groups that are coming up are as follows. 5.2, Research, Program Development, and Evaluation. 5.9, Community Interventions. 5.16, Practice Questions. And the practice question study groups tend to be the most difficult ones. Why? Because I try to make the questions as tricky as I possibly can, not to get everyone riled and dialed up and ticked, but I would rather have you feel challenged during the study group than challenged during the actual exam, because a lot of times people are like, Phil, the questions that you write are actually more difficult, and it's like, good, because I would rather have you have an easy time during the exam than walk into the exam and feel defeated and out of the realm of what you could have possibly have seen. And 523, Meds and DSM-5. And if you want any information about the Sunday study group, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com or click the link down below in the description. It's an easy, straightforward way to be able to sign up and rep and rock with me. I also do still offer individual tutoring, but my schedule tends to be pretty wild because it's still scheduling 4 to 5 weeks in advance. So if you want information about that, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com. But if you're like, my exam is before then, you can send me an email. I'll put you on the tutoring waiting list if I get any cancellations. But a good alternative to that is the one-day course, because it is the most amount of content that you possibly can get without directly being able to interact with me. I know people prefer to be able to interact and be able to get direct feedback, but that's the easiest way to be able to connect in that way. And as I kind of planted the seed, the next one-day course, I am bringing that back. My goal is to do it every single month, all the way until the end of the year. So the next one is going to be on May 29th, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time and going until they kick us out, but they really can't kick us out because I'm the host. And I don't really put an end time on that because it's very hard to indicate when we are going to end. So like one of them has ended at 10 p.m., one has ended at midnight. Some have ended at 9:30, but the benefit of that is if you're like, crap, I can't really be able to be present for that amount of time, I got life. Well, the sessions are recorded, so you're able to watch it back at your own leisure and make sure that you're picking up on different things every time that you're doing that. And if you want any information about that, send me an email at berda24@gmail.com. But you're like, Phil, I want the information right now. Well, the one-day course is the most amount of information that I can possibly provide and the most direct access that you have to me. And the content that is reviewed is the tips that I find most helpful to walk into the exam and kick it directly in the chest and get the job done. Common reasons why people have failed the exam, and that's important to review because we don't want you making the same mistakes that people have made. And if you're someone that's guilty of it, being able to reframe and change your situation into a better situation than it was prior. Breaking down multiple topics, so it's a different eclectic array of things that we would see: subpoena versus court order, referral versus supervision, community interventions, meds and DSM-5. We're looking at operant conditioning. We're looking at the 5-step process that I recommend people to utilize to break down every single question and giving an in-depth review of the acronym, giving different ways of how to apply it to the different answer choices. But again, it's not the law. It's not for every single question, as well as going through 25 practice questions. And as I said about the practice question session, they are going to be different questions. So don't be like, oh my gosh, I want to do both, but am I going to get duped and is it going to be the same questions? No. Why? Because I put new questions in every single session that I do when it is practice questions, because I want to make sure that I can give out as much as I possibly can and prepare you in the best way that we possibly can get you to walk in the exam and kick it directly in the chest to get the job done. If you are like, my exam is before then, it is possible to get a previously recorded version of any of the Sunday study groups that I've done or the one-day course. So send me an email at berda24@gmail.com for any information about that. But if the live registration will be down below in the description, and if you're like, Phil, you keep referring to the description, what the crap is that? Under the title, it'll say view more. You can click it and it'll have all the information to be able to access and rep and rock with me in that way. As well as for those that do not know, Audible has continued to agree to partner with me on my YouTube videos and my podcast. So if you want to support me as well as support them, go to my Audible affiliate link at audibletrial.com/fill-in-the-gaps. Sign up for the 30-day free trial. It's the easiest way to be able to support me, and it costs absolutely nothing. And if you're like, Phil, what is Audible? I hear you talk about it all the time. What is it? Audible's an easy way to get information and knowledge on the go. So if you're busy just like me and you still want to become the best possible version of yourself, then Audible's an easy way to be able to supplement that. And if you're an audio learner, being able to listen to the books rather than sitting down and reading it is a lot easier. Why? Because personally, it's hard to get me to stay locked and loaded and read the book, but I still want information to help me progress. So the books that I'm going to recommend can help you both professionally and personally in all facets of your life. So the ones that I would recommend at this time are The Alchemist, The Power of Habit, The Archer, and Outliers. And like I said, each of them have different lessons and things that I've implemented in my own life, and I want you to do the same because we all have the goal of becoming the best possible version of ourselves and being able to empower ourselves to empower other people and giving back to every single person. So if you want to support me as well as support them, go to my Audible affiliate link at audibletrial.com/fill-in-the-gaps. Sign up for the 30-day free trial. Easiest way. And for those that have already done that, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. The Fill in the Gaps community always blows my mind with all the support that you guys provide. And if you've been finding the videos helpful, give them a thumbs up. Why? Because it helps other social workers just like you find the videos and help get the word out about the Fill in the Gaps community. And do me a favor, comment something down below positive or something that you're working on, because you don't realize how many people read the comments and what they can get out of those. And if somebody's having a bad day or feeling down or they're feeling like they're alone, being able to see the comments is an easy way to be able to supplement that. So do me a favor, please, please, please do that. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification next to it so that way you can be notified about videos similar to this when I do free study groups, when I upload another video in any way, shape, or form like that. And like I said, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you guys that are repping and rocking with me and that are giving back and are becoming the best possible version of yourselves and pushing past self-doubt, because way too many people will let previous attempts, negativity, or anything take them outside of being able to walk into the exam and do it. And way too often people are going rogue or not trusting the processes and techniques, or they have too many processes and techniques. So being able to sit yourself down and say, what do I actually need versus what do I feel that I need, and being able to understand and say less may be more, because the more that you have, the more that you have to manage and the more that you have in your mind. So being consistent, intentional, and deliberate on the strategies and techniques that you particularly need, not that your friend needed, not that somebody else told you that you needed, but what you actually know in your heart that you need. And if you're like, Phil, what about that free study group that you were talking about? The free study group will be this Saturday, May 1st, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern time until they kick us out, aka whenever anyone stops having questions or wants to stop processing about their experience. So they're like, okay, well, what should I do, or how do I know if I should attend that? Well, during the free study groups, I go over a couple of questions, but the rest of the session will be people processing their struggles about not being able to pass the exam. I have a boatload of people coming back to share their experience of being able to, how they pass, so that way it's going to be a positive situation. So that way, if you're struggling to pass the exam or hearing about other people that have passed the exam, as well as going over a couple of questions. And it's different than the Sunday study groups, because the Sunday study groups go over content and then as well as go over practice questions related to that. So if you're looking for something like that, this is not going to be the session, because these free study groups are just a way to give motivation and positivity out. So if you're feeling like your process isn't strong, or you need motivation to empower you to walk into the exam, this free study group is going to be able to do it. So let me show you exactly how to sign up, because I know sometimes this technology is new to people or people have different processes. So sit back, relax, and I'll show you how to sign up for the free study group this Saturday, May 1st, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So after you click the link down below in the description, or if you go to my Facebook page, it'll directly have the link. You'll go to your time zone, and this is going to be important because your reminder email, because you're going to get a 48-hour and 24-hour reminder, is going to indicate, so that way you have the right time. So mine is going to be Eastern Time. It's going to only have one option. You'll hit add time. You'll hit continue. You'll add your name. My name is Philip Luttrell. And then the email that you put into this is going to be the email that it sends the reminder to. So being mindful that you enter the right email so that way you don't miss it, because it always pains me when people are like, Phil, I signed up for it, but I didn't get any notification or anything like that. So what does that look like? So you want to make sure that your email is correct. My email is berda24@gmail.com. After you do that, hit complete appointment. This will be the Zoom link. So if you want to save it, all you have to do is click it and then copy and paste it somewhere. But as I stated, there is going to be reminder emails coming out. So if you're like, crap, I lost the link, you are going to get it. But if you want it right now, this is what it looks like. But the confirmation page is going to be viable to you. So if you want to add it to your calendar or anything like that, that is the process. So it's relatively seamless. So you want to make sure the time zone is right, your name is entered correctly, as well as the email. And if you don't receive a confirmation email, send me an email and say, hey, I signed up, but I don't really have it. So I'll segue that over to you to make sure that you have it. But it's relatively painless. So I hope to see as many as I possibly can this Saturday, May 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is always amazing to me how many people come out and how many people rep and rock and how much benefit people get from it. Like I said, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you, whether it's just in the individual sessions, whether it's in the Sunday study groups, whether it's in the one-day course, whether it's indirectly through just the videos. It amazes me. Keep building yourself up. Keep spreading positivity. Keep being the best possible version of yourself, and I'll try my best to do the same and keep giving back as much as I possibly can. Take care of your guys' self. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope to see every single person there Saturday, May 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care of your guys' self. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. And peace out, guys.